Okay, so this whole entire rant might sound familiar, but I really don't care because I have to address this and present this to y'all because you guys need to know about this as Trolls fans and how messy this situation is. So, Trolls has been messy ever since it went to Netflix. It has been messy since then because really from 2016 up until about that time, which was like late 2018, Trolls was doing pretty well in merchandise. And then around 2018 came around, they didn't know how to market Trolls The Beat Goes On at all. In terms of the US, all we got was like a tote bag with the Beat Goes On designs and a puzzle. And most of those were found at like dollar stores or Dollar Generals or Family Dollars. It wasn't like at Walmart or whatever. Some Trolls merchandise had the movie designs and then they snuck in Beat Goes On designs in the background. And also, like, they had a problem with Poppy PNGs and they had to create new ones. They had a huge merchandising problem. And the Beat Goes On merchandise that we did get, we only got one Nova Swift doll and a roller skating Poppy that's saying "Put your hair in the air," and then the critter pods, the bigger ones, and then the blind bag ones. But with those, like, you had to literally hunt and find or order them online. So there was just a huge merchandise problem, and I would not be shocked if we go through the same thing yet again. Now, in terms of how Netflix handled Trolls The Beat Goes On, we only had a seasons 1 through 2 up until Prank Day. We had a soundtrack. Then they gave up. Then they uploaded whatever moments of Beat Goes On they wanted to, and they didn't even upload like specific moments of where the songs are found. If Cartoon Network can do that with Steven Universe, there's no excuse for Trolls not doing this. Plus, on top of that, it going to Netflix was not exactly a great idea because not everyone has streaming services. And I think that's important to mention. Not everyone has that. Yeah, maybe Netflix, but not everyone's lucky. So there was a lot of problems and issues there. Currently, I'm glad that it's going to Universal Kids, but even then, that might be screwed over once they're done with the whole entire show. They might, after that 2 p.m. Season 8 finale is done, they might drop it at 3 a.m. So who knows about that? So right now, as we're speaking, Trolls is in a pretty good spot. And I'm gonna be honest, if it wasn't for video on demand, let me just tell you, Trolls might be in a more risky situation if it was in theaters, if I'm being pretty blunt. So video on demand pretty much saved it. In terms of right now, merchandise is great. They have cross promotion with Hair Doorables and Lego. More companies have got the license to do whatever with it, which is great. So, and currently right now, not every troll character from World Tour has toys currently. And same thing applies for Trolls 1 characters, such as most of the snack pack. Like Sad and Chenille, they're not in any toys right now, except for the spin off the fashion doll line, which I really like. And there, we already have our spin off already, the fashion doll line. So there are those things. I'm sure we're going to get more waves coming in December and 2021. I'm sure there's more to come. So in terms of right now, merch is great, but in terms of Trollstopia, things are gonna probably get even messier if they do not know how to market this thing like they did back with Beat Goes On, because Beat Goes On was like, it was rough. So I wouldn't be shocked if that's gonna happen, but Peacock and Hulu, let me just tell you, they're not doing this thing any justice at all whatsoever. You have Peacock announcing that, hey, we got this new Trolls show. Trolls fans, look at this. Please get our service. Yay. And we're like, cool. And then you get today, you got my video saying, hey, where's Trollstopia on that list? My friend Huxtrash, who designed this version of Spectre, they DM'd them and they said, hey, listen, if you're not gonna announce Trollstopia news as y'all supposed to be doing, I'm canceling my service and going to Hulu. And they made another message saying, hey, you're kind of giving me the same song and dance you're giving other people, and I'm going to get to that in a few minutes. You're giving us the same song and dance answer, and if Hulu's getting it first and you're getting it later, that is messy on your part, and I fully agree with my friend on that. Huxtrash is A-OK correct on that one. Like, that's just, it's worse. It's really bad if we have to wait on Peacock. That's a big oof on them, and I fully agree with you, Huxtrash. Good on you. So, as you know, I told everyone to go to that video link I sent you and demand, hey, where's Trollstopia? Ivan, shout out to you, you got a reply. Right now, I already have it up, but you see the same song and dance answer they gave Huxtrash. They're doing the same thing with Ivan, giving them the same reply as well. So this is bad, but then it gets worse. So then Matthew, and also you can go onto Twitter and Instagram, and I'm sure Facebook, Hulu has the timeline of what's coming in November. Trollstopia is there. If Peacock couldn't have announced that, oh hey, by the way, we have it too, we wouldn't be here. We would not be here. But they're in a messy situation. Hulu is announcing it. Again, they kind of did it. If you, did a little search, did a little digging on Hulu, you found it last week or the week before. Whenever we found it, but here's an actual date, like promoted on their social medias. Now, I will say this. We're definitely going to get a trailer, but I want to present this. If that trailer only says Hulu exclusive, ooh, let me just tell you, Peacock's going to be in so much trouble. And if they mentioned Peacock gets it later, they're going to be in a lot of trouble as well. So they better hope they're doing that whole buddy-buddy system because, ooh, that's just messy. And I want to present something. Trollstopia is in a lot of danger, okay? Like if Peacock gets it later or if they're not going to have it, then Peacock already did Trollstopia dirty. Hulu, on the other hand, Trollstopia comes out in the 19th. The 20th is when the Animaniacs reboot comes out, or not reimagining, but like continuation revival. And that puts Trollstopia in a lot of danger. Let's just start off with the one thing. The only people who promote Trollstopia, or not Trollstopia, but DreamWorks Trolls, the only people who promote the movies and Beat Goes On and also Holiday were Trolls fans. They were the only ones promoting this stuff. No one else was. Only Trolls fans. And that's like a really small majority online. So that's just, the Animaniacs reboot is like putting it like right before. That's messy and pretty dangerous because the Animaniacs reboot's going to be the only thing that's being talked about, which I think is great, but that's a revival of an old show a lot of people grew up on. Trolls is like this new thing. And if we know how Beat Goes On was treated, like, it's going to happen again. Like, come on now. And they already did Madagascar a little while. They already done it dirty. They did the same thing Netflix did with Beat Goes On. No soundtrack after the later seasons, but this is season 1. Madagascar a Little Wild doesn't have a soundtrack. They upload on YouTube and Peacock Jr., whatever clips they want to upload and whatever songs they want to upload. And that's it. Same with the Halloween special. They only did like one clip and one trailer, and that was it. It's messy. It's just really messy. So if you think Hulu's going to treat Trollstopia any better, they're not. And I talked about Polly Pocket. I talked about that on my channel. Hulu did that show so dirty with like probably no promotion. They did it so dirty. Mattel had to literally say, okay, we're uploading the whole season on our YouTube channel and we're going to drop the show on Universal Kids. And then they said, nah, we're pulling this from Hulu. We're sending it to Netflix. You see how bad everything is with all of these streaming services? This is just super messy, and Trollstopia is not in a good position at Hulu either. And I'm not saying that Netflix did the show better, but they at least did the show a couple of justices. They literally promoted the show the best they did. Like, they promoted it pretty well, even though, as I said, there's a few bumps in the road, but Netflix actually said, oh, hey, this is what's coming next month. Oh, hey, what do you know? Trollstopia, here's your trailer. Even then that came with a few bumps in the road, but I would rather this go back to Netflix, honestly. But like, even then, that was pretty bad. So I'm not entirely sure what to say here, but all I have to say is support Trollstopia if it's still existing on Peacock, and support it on Hulu as well. And I will say this in terms of the merchandise area. I'm going to be sending a link to a coloring book that has the Trollstopia characters in this coloring book. Put this thing on your wish list, pre-order it, make sure you buy this coloring book so that way Trollstopia can be in the public's eye, because everything from the Beat Goes On era didn't get good promotion here in the US. Japan had it way better. Like, they had like Beat Goes On plushies. We have that, but like, it was barely promoted. So I recommend buying, if you're gonna buy anything Trollstopia related, buy this, because this is the only Trollstopia merch we know about, and this will kind of show Penguin Publishing and DreamWorks, hey, support Trollstopia. Trolls fans care about Trollstopia. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this rant. Yeah, I'm signing out.